Australia, the lucky country. A new day dawns in Melbourne, Victoria, the home of equine excellence. Most are still asleep, but for two champions their day has well and truly begun. In just over 14 hours' time, they will seek Group 1 glory again in the $400,000 Victoria Cup. We've been lucky enough to get a unique insight into their preparation and access that's never been available before. Mark, is it noticeable to the eye the improvement from last week to this? Can you tell that he's come on?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah, more is just the way he's been, Greg, his demeanour and the way he's acting. He appears to be very well.
On a Group 1 day like this, what do you do differently to any other day, and therefore would he know that it's a big day ahead, or?
Yeah, I think he'll pick it up through the day. He won't be out for as long in the paddock, and this morning's work will be pretty light for him. So, yeah, I think he'll pick it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty intelligent, this guy, isn't he?
Oh, very intelligent horse. Yeah, lovely horse to work with.
So what will you do this morning? You'll take him out and just do what you'd normally do, say, on a race day like New Zealand Cup Day?
Well, I was just going to take him out and give him a light jog and a little canter just for a mile or a mile and a half, and just quietly. So I don't think I did that with him on Cup morning, but yeah.
Do you pretty much follow the same routine, Mark, with your Group 1 horses, or is he different to others?
Oh no, pretty much follow the same routine. Nothing sort of set with me. I just do what I think they need, and each horse is different, and I think that's a key of being a successful trainer.
Mark, I suppose when you've been to as many big Group 1 days as you have been, you just treat it like any other race day?
Yes, you do, Greg. Yeah, you pretty well know your format and what you've got to do, and get there on the night, and hopefully you've done all your homework right, and the night goes according to plan. He had a solid hit out last week in the Ballarat Cup, and in hindsight I wondered if it might have been a bit tough on him, but I actually think it's done him a world of good, so I'm pleased we took that course with him, and because he'll need to be 100% tonight.
So what's his preparation during the day now? He has had a little bit of light work. What's the format from here till when he gets on the truck?
Yeah, he's out in the paddock now, Greg, and he'll come in about an hour and a half. He'll get groomed up and popped away in his box, and he'll spend most of the afternoon in his box. He'll have lunch and come back in probably around about 4 o'clock mark, and you get prepared to be put on the float, so have his bandages on, his race halter, and groomed up, and he'll be all spick and span ready for tonight.
What about for you? What happens? We're getting to about the middle part of the morning. What do you do for the remainder of the day? Is form part of it? Do you look at it? Do you start coming up with a race plan?
Yes, we'll groom them up a bit later on, and probably go and just have a little light lunch, get back to the room, and yeah, just go over the form, and make sure that the choices you're making are confident in the choices you're going to make in regards to driving them. You've got to have a plan B, and if plan A doesn't sort of work out the way you think it's going to, so yeah, it's important that you cover aspects of the race that you think could happen, and then just rest up and yeah, hopefully be nice and relaxed. when the night starts.
What would you like to see unfold? What's the ideal scenario for him tonight?
Yes, well, look, I think the best option is to go forward and try and be ahead of Hector JJ. I think if I come back and give him the opportunity to have the first move, it would make the job hard for us. So he's our main rival, and we've got the advantage of the draw, so I think we should be going into it trying to take advantage of that.
It's now 5:30 on race day and we've made our way to Tabcorp Park, Melton. Of course, Lazarus is in the truck, he's on the way to the track. Let's go and check out his final few hours as he goes for further Group 1 glory. Mark, he seems nice and relaxed and ready to go. I suppose the question is, are you?
Yeah, oh, look, I hope so, Greg, but no, he hasn't turned a hair on the truck. He hasn't got a sweat mark on it for the heat. There is, he's done well.
What about in terms of your race plan? You've had a bit of a rest now, a bit of a time to think about things.
Yeah,
you got your number one plan in mind?
Yes, look, I'll go forward with him and see what happens. The front line is quick, there's speed there, so it'll be a case of just going out pretty quick and then just evaluating things pretty quick too, and just see where we're going to be.
We're inside an hour out from the 2017 edition of the Victoria Cup. Lazarus has got the gear on and he's looking nice and relaxed. Glennis, we're inside half an hour out from the Victoria Cup. What are the nerves like for you and, of course, your husband?
Oh, the closer we get, the more they are. They're building, yeah, no doubt about it. I try to stay calm, but it's not easy with a horse of this calibre. So, and the expectation, like the public that have come out to see him, and we just want to make sure that he actually races really well, and just hopefully puts on a good spectacle for everyone else. But hey, it's a good field, and we all know what happens in racing; it can change dramatically. So let's hope for no bad luck.
The feats are about to get underway in the Group 1 Amesbury Victoria Cup. They're set for the feature. Green light, and they're racing, and Lazarus came out running. Lazarus out wide on the track is looming up outside of Tactate, which kicks through, and Major Crocker. McDoro galloped to the start, goes back to the rear. Hector JJ galloped. Hector JJ's in a gallop into the first turn. He's going back to the rear. Major Crocker kept out Tactate. Lazarus is across to third, and the favourite rolls to the top of the 1600. Lazarus takes over. The first quarter in 29.9. Lazarus does it easily. Here come the moves. All Black Stride, and Hector JJ is making his ground up now. He's going up 3 wide, but it's Lazarus in control out of the straight. Mark Purdon going for the big 5 for the night. 27-4 off the back. Mark Purdon hasn't moved. Lazarus on top around the home turn. Oh, he's a superstar. Look at him go now. Mark Purdon's got the high five coming up. Lazarus bolts away. He's a 4-year-old. The world is his oyster. Lazarus is going to bring them. The Amesbury Victoria Cup goes to Lazarus by 10 metres. Major Crocker, career best run second. Bling It On third. Then Hector JJ, enormous.
Philip, he's only 4.
I did remind a couple of the guys out there before, you know, that we've got to remember he is only 4. And last night on the way home from board, I said to mate, do you realise he's got 4 runs in a row? You know, obviously, you know, he's a rocket scientist. I knew that he had it well sorted. But and all Mark said to me was he said he'll need the runs for it. So he's got the big one in mind at the end of February. So just fingers crossed, everything keeps going right as it has done all season for this horse. I mean, last week was the first time he had a bit of a rocky run. Most other horses would have given up the ghost at the turn with what he had to do last week. It just showed how good this boy is.
Mark, on a night that seemingly couldn't get better, it just did.
Yeah, he was just amazing, Greg. The race worked out good too, and lucky enough that he wasn't involved in anything, and got a nice run.
Yeah, nice run early, and you're able to move out, take the front, and once he got there, he was nigh on unbeatable.
Yes, the way it worked out, he was, and I mean, it's sectionals too, and you wouldn't know he's running at a record tonight, 53.8, he wasn't going to get beat.
Your third win in the race, of course you trained Brabham to win the race, and Tony drove on that occasion, young Rufus as well. What does it mean to you to get another Victoria Cup? Oh,
it's wonderful. You know, these are the races that you set the horses for, and the highlight of the racing calendar, so it's nice, it's great, and it's great to do it here.
Look, he's still got a few races to come. What's the plan from here?
Well, we go to the Bonanza next week, and then on to the Chariots of Fire. The winner of the Chariots, of course, he'll get an invitation to the Miracle Mile, and that's our goal so far.
You must be delighted the way the entire team's gone, and there's a few people who have helped you along the way, including Kerry Estridge, who you flew over earlier in the week. Yes,
well, Prince Fearless was our culprit there, and Kerry did a great job, but they all needed doing, and you just don't get a better farrier than Kerry. He's just the best. And
Mark, you've done this on New Zealand Cup Day on a couple of occasions, you and Natalie winning half a dozen races. What does it mean to win 5, an all-time record for you guys here in Australia?
Well, yeah, it's an amazing thrill, Greg, and you don't expect to come here and do these on these sort of nights. So, I feel very proud of the team that's all put it all together. Sean McNulty is great foreman, and he's done a great job here.
All right, you've won 4 as trainers, but driving one for Sam Smanitsky, providing him with his first ever Group 1 win, that must be a special thing too.
Yeah, absolutely, and felt really great for Sam to be able to do that, and because he's got harness racing on both sides of his pedigree, and I'm sure they'll be at home cheering him on tonight too, and got a great thrill as well.
I don't know what you're going to do from here. It's hard to raise the bar again.
No, I don't either, but we'll just go the way we're going and try and keep the team at this level.
Well, there you have it. A day in the life of Lazarus completed here at Tabcorp Park, Melton, at the highest level, Group 1 level in the Victoria Cup. Mark Purdon gave us incredible access to him right throughout the day, and not only did he deliver, but his horse did as well. What a champion Lazarus is.